In the previous lecture, we talked about named credential. In this lecture, we will talk about what are authentication providers in Salesforce, which are also known as auth provider in Salesforce. Auth providers are the external services, or we can say that external service provider or identity provider, using which user can either log in into Salesforce with the help of their external credentials like Google email or Facebook, LinkedIn, Amazon, Salesforce, Okta, Twitter, and many more. Or user can log in into the external system using Salesforce. So auth provider is useful for both the cases. Either you wanted to log in into the external system using Salesforce, or you wanted to log in into Salesforce from the external credentials. Now, how it is going to help you? So suppose that you are trying to implement some social sign-on. You have a community, or you wanted their employee to sign up into Salesforce with the help of their social credentials like Gmail, LinkedIn, Twitter, GitHub, or you have set up a single sign-on using Okta. You can use this authentication provider. And there is one more benefit which we can use and which we are actually going to implement is we can use authentication provider to integrate with any system and try to make the callouts and then integrate very easily without worrying about access token and refresh token. That is what we are going to use over here. And we are also going to see how we can implement single sign-on with the help of some Google email, Facebook, LinkedIn. So we might be using two of them, not everything, but yeah, two of them we are going to use. What are the benefits? What are the actual benefits like whenever we are using authentication provider? One is that easy to maintain the users. How it is easy to maintain? When we say we are letting the users to log in from their Google email, or suppose that we have created an Okta account and from the Okta account user can log in. So if I deactivate the user from the Okta, they cannot access any other external system which they were previously able to access whenever they are working for the company. So this is very easy. We no need to hire more workforces. We no need to hire more IT people to maintain the accounts at both places, Okta and Salesforce as well. So this is again for easy to maintain the user, and it is also cost we can say that cost optimization. Required less workforce, we already discussed how and why it is requiring less workforce. We can control everything from one place, what user can see and what user can do, because if we are setting up the user from one place, that admin can control. And if you have to give some additional permissions or you have to restrict some permission, you no need to ask to every IT person or every IT guy who is responsible for creating the user in different external system including Salesforce. You can just ask to one admin who is maintaining these users. You can say you need to give this level of permission to this person, or you need to remove this permission from this label profile. You can do from a very single place, and you can control how user can work in their Salesforce or any external environment which for the organization that they are working for. That's how you can use this authentication provider. And there are many more that you can talk more about, or you can learn more about if you wanted to. All you need to do is just go to this Google and say authentication provider in Salesforce, or you can say auth providers in Salesforce, and it is going to give you ample number of links. I'll suggest you to go with these top 3 link, and you will get everything about these auth providers if you want to, if you wanted to learn more. But this is all external provider can do, and let's quickly see a demo how actually it works. So I have implemented this for one of my different org. I will show you how to implement, but this is for just for the demo. So if I open it over here, you can see it is saying that login using. Either I can use my Salesforce. My Salesforce is again, this is a different Salesforce org, or I can use using login with my Amazon credentials. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Amazon over here. I will select my Amazon. It is going to take me, I am already logged in, not. You can see here it is asking my Amazon credentials. I'm just trying to provide my Amazon's credentials over here. It might ask to approve this login. So add a mobile number. You can say it is, I'm saying it not now. I no need to add that email or any mobile. I just wanted to say just go ahead and logged in over here into my system. So you can see here I'm logged in as Amit Singh. This is my username, and this is SFDC Panther, which is actual username which I do log in as a Salesforce admin. If I try to go to setup, I will not be able to do many more things. Why? Because I am logged in as standard user profile. If I go to my settings and go here personal and advanced user details, I'll be able to to see that my profile is standard user and username is something like this. So that is how we can implement single sign-on, and that is how we can take benefit from auth providers instead of writing an ample number of code to set up that single sign-on. We'll definitely see how we can integrate this authentication provider, implement inside our integration org, and we will also see how we can use this authentication provider to make the callouts. So I will see you into the next lecture.